Pittsburgh Steelers training camp is now underway. Welcome into Steelers Talk Live, Yinzers. My name is Jack Sperry, and we got a great slate of Steelers news and rumors to cover with you here on this beautiful Wednesday, starting with the latest news and rumors covering the black and gold. From Latrobe, everyone is reporting today. It's a really exciting time. First practice is tomorrow. Can't wait for that to get going. And then also, I've got some training camp trade targets. There's been some rumblings that GM Omar Khan might not be done improving this roster, even though training camp is here. And then also ESPN has named some surprise Steelers cut candidates to keep your eye on during training camp this year. And then we're going to also have the weekly Steelers Talk Live mailbag for you guys. So welcome in here. And there's also some pretty big news here, a pretty big rumor, which is that the Chase Young trade rumors have once again resurfaced, okay? So USA Today reported that the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens, two AFC North teams, have shown interest in trading for edge rusher Chase Young, former number 2 overall draft pick from The Ohio State University, one defensive rookie of the year with the Washington Redskins back in 2020, and then he tore his ACL in 2021, barely played last season in 2022, and then this offseason, the Commanders did not pick up his 5th-year option, so some people think that they're willing to trade him for the right price, and apparently Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin are interested in adding him to the roster. So now this is the time where I bring in my partner in crime in this endeavor here, Mr. Jeremy Chuggs. How are we doing today?
Hey-oh. I'm feeling great. It's another Steelers Talk Live day.
First day of training camp, baby.
Hey, football's back, baby.
I'm pumped.
Football's back.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Woo! All right, let's get things going here, man. We already got a $10 super chat from my man Damian Roy getting the party started. Oh, man, Damian, you don't even know what you just won, but I love it, man. This is what he had to say. Why would the Steelers trade multiple picks for a guy coming off the bench? It makes no sense. And you know, if we want to put that question back up, Jeremy, let me know what you guys think about a potential Chase Young trade down there in the comments. I don't think it makes a ton of sense, okay? I don't think it makes sense financially. I don't think it really makes sense in terms of what the team needs right now. If you trade for Chase Young, he's going to be a backup for you, and I don't think that's the kind of role he wants, so he's not going to be happy here. I just don't know how this fits what Mike Tomlin envisions here for this team moving forward. But what do you think?
I mean, it's a tough one because obviously he's a very talented player. There's a reason. Oh, I'm a little hot. There's a reason why he went early on in the draft. But out of all the Steelers positions, I don't want to trade for an edge rusher.
And then pay him, because if you trade for him, you got to pay for him.
You already have 2 elite-level edge rushers.
Dude, I just don't understand. I just don't understand why this rumor continues to be floated out there. I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on Chase Young a ton today, so don't worry about that. But let me know what you guys think.
Honestly, I would rather the Steelers trade for, even though I don't think they're bad at this position, I'd rather them trade for a premier corner than a premier edge rusher at this point.
I don't disagree. I think that the cornerback room's pretty good. I think if I had to pick one position.
If you had the chance to trade for Xavier Howard.
Well, what do I have to give up for him?
But I'm saying, like, same packages, but you could get, like, a premier young corner or Chase Young.
Oh, definitely a premier young corner. Without question, I think an inside linebacker is probably the most realistic at this point. You know, Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts, they're fine, but there's not really that true impact there in the middle of your defense. So maybe like an Isaiah Simmons or Patrick Queen if the Ravens for some reason want to throw him our way. I don't know, man. Like, I think inside linebacker is probably the most doable in terms of what the team needs right now. But honestly, like, I'm going to get into this later. I think this team is perfectly cool just sticking with what they have. I don't think they need to make another move. I think this team's going to be great either way. We got another $5 super chat.
Some inside.
Damian Roy.
Looks like we have some inside sauces.
He says, I work at FedEx. I saw the injury and his return. He looked slow and tentative.
Are we talking about FedEx
Field.
FedEx Field. Okay.
So, Damian,
I was going to say,
we're getting the inside scoop here in a $5 super chat, by the way. Thank you so much. And you know what a $5 super chat means here on Steelers Talk, Mr. Chuggs. There we go, Steelers. There we go. There we go, Steelers. There we go. There we go, Steelers. There we go. So, Damian Roy, thank you so much for those 2 super chats. And on today's menu, because it's the first day of Steelers training camp, we got some discounted prices for you guys today. Usually we do the Bean-Boozled jelly beans for $20. Today it's half off, just for $10. And then Tortilla Slaps, usually $50, just $20 today. So if you want me to slap Jeremy or you want Jeremy to slap me, all it's going to take is $20.
You owe Mr. Damian Roy a bean.
And I do owe Mr. Damian Roy a bean. Damian, you got $15 in. If you get to 100 today, you get to join Steelers Talk Gold Club. We're going to be probably doing a Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle week 1 during our watch party. So if you want 3 free raffle tickets, you can get that in there.
Also, if you want to get on today's mailbag, you can either super chat like Damian Roy has, or you can use #Steelers. What bean do you have for us?
I have Old Bandage, which is the worst one.
Ugh.
I am not looking for it. Okay, so I got the garbage over here. All right.
While he's eating that, let me know, who is a surprising Steelers player that could be cut this year? We're going to be breaking down ESPN's roster projections. They have a couple players that you wouldn't think get cut that they have on the chopping block.
I think that their roster projection sucks. We're gonna be going over that later in today's show, though. Here we go.
Oh yeah, bad one.
Dude, that one hit me right away on the first bite.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Let me know, who's a player that you think could get cut this year?
Let me know. I'm going to throw this name out there.
Your boy Chumnick says Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Tanner Morgan's been impressing so far. Undrafted free agent out of Minnesota. I'm going to throw Mark Robinson's name out there.
Wow.
Which might be surprising, given that, let's just face it. He's an athletic guy. He's a fan favorite. People really want him to succeed. But he needs to improve in so many areas of his game. And it's going to be interesting to see if he does that. I'm really rooting for Mark. But, hey, you got Tanner Muse and you've got Nick Kwiatkowski in there, 2 very solid linebackers. If he doesn't prove himself in camp this year, he could be a surprise cut candidate this year. $5 super chat from Mr. Gary Reynolds. Gary's back.
Guess who's back?
Back again. Gary. We missed you, man. Welcome back to Steelers Talk Live. I am pumped up.
Gary says, what inside linebackers can we go after in a trade or free agency? Funny enough, we do have a couple inside linebackers that we're going to be talking about in trade. So wait for that one. But a couple free agency ones, what do you think?
So Quan Alexander is still out there. He brought him in for a visit. A deal didn't get done, so I'm guessing something with the medical didn't check out with Quan. And then other than that, it's like Rashaan Evans, a couple of lower level guys. So, I mean, I don't think that there's really anybody in free agency that's better than the guys that we have now. So I would say probably a trade is the only thing. And then $10 super chat from Just Webb's World. Let's go, my man. Thanks for joining us today. What rookie would you expect to bust? Hopefully none, but it's either Washington, and it would hurt me, but him or Herbig. I think the one that could potentially bust really hard is Darnell Washington. And, I'm really rooting for the guy. I think he's really weird because I think he could be really, really good, and he could also have those injury concerns pop up again with his knee, and he could be a bust. So it's absolutely possible.
Don't hate me.
I'm not going to hate you.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm not going to hate you.
You can't get mad at me because I already told you can't get mad at me. So you can't. I don't know if bust is the correct word. Maybe not live up to expectations.
Okay.
JPJ. He's really good. Don't get me wrong. He's really talented. But corners, a lot of times, Sauce Gardner, he's been kind of the exception.
Yep.
A lot of times corners, their first year in the league, it takes a lot of adjustment to go up against NFL wide receivers.
Sure.
Especially with a lot of the rules changing from college to football
and
how you're allowed to guard wide receivers. I think JPJ, I'm not saying he's going to be a bust. I do think he has a ton of hype, though, being Joey Porter's son coming into the league.
100%.
And, he's getting more buzz than Broderick Jones is from Steelers fans, from Steelers Twitter.
Yeah.
And I just worry that everybody expects him to immediately come in and be lockdown CB1.
Sure.
Where I don't know if he's going to be that for the first year or two.
Yeah, so he was pretty grabby in college. So that's going to be his big thing. Is holding going to be a big thing with him?
And not a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, not a ton of interceptions. Now, they didn't really target it his way very much because he was so sticky in coverage. But, I mean, I think he's a perfect fit for this defense. He might not be, amazing year one. He might still have a couple of those issues with the penalties, like you've said. He's not the most fluid athlete, I guess you should say. He's really athletic, but the hips are not as fluid as, say, a Christian Gonzalez or a Devin Witherspoon. So, he's not a perfect player, but I think he's a perfect fit for this defense.
Let me know in the comment section, is that a bad take?
I think it's a bad take personally, but I can see how you got there.
Is that a bad take? And like I said, I'm not saying he's gonna bust. I'm just saying he might not be.
His expectations are sky high, though. Yes. I will say that.
I guess a pseudo first round pick.
Right.
But realistically, a second round pick.
I mean, it's a great value. I guess we'll just have to see. I think he's going to be really good, but I guess we'll just have to see there. And then we got a $20 super chat, so we got a slap already from Mr. Brian. Love, missed you last week, man. This is what he had to say. Gold Club member right here. If the Steelers do make another move, it should be to beef up the linebacker room. Chase Young is not worth a trade, especially with how questionable his health has been as of late. And I completely 100% agree with you, Brian. Once again, a good take from my man, Brian Love here. I think that the linebacker room is definitely something that if you can get a really good player in that room for a decent value, sure, why not make a trade for a linebacker? But it's got to be for the right price and all these different things. And then Chase Young's just not somebody that I'm really looking to trade for. And then Matt Hyde right here with $5. Thank you so much, Matt.
Woo!
Says, here we go, Steelers. Do you think Steelers make the playoffs? So I think that they will. That is my prediction. I think that they will. And here's the thing. Matt Canada could absolutely derail the season. Because in this division, with the Bengals, with the Ravens, with the Browns, who could be good this year, it's just, a bad offensive coordinator could be the difference there, and that's what scares me. But I'm going into the season optimistic and hopeful. I think the Steelers are going to make the playoffs, and this is going to be a great season for the black and gold.
Let's go quick. I'm going to eat, slap, and then here we go, Steelers.
Okay.
All three,
all right.
You ready? This is either rotten egg or no. You want to get slapped.
Oh, so I'm slapping you. Okay.
I can slap you. That's fine. No, yeah, I'll slap you. You'll get the next one.
Okay.
Oh, and actually, we both owe a jelly bean because...
Oh, Just Webb's World just put another 10 in there. We'll get your super chat on here in just a second, Just Webb's World.
Oh, no, these are either dirty dishwater or birthday cake.
Oh.
All right, ready?
Okay. Slap first, then bean, then here we go.
Both beans.
Okay.
And slap, and here we go, Steelers.
Okay. Okay. I got good. I did good.
Oh, here we go.
Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Oh, Jeremy. What'd you get? You got dirty dishwater? I got a good one. I got Tutti Frutti. Oh. So Just Webb's World. Thank you for the $10 super chat, my man. Let's put that on screen as soon as we can. Jeremy says the big concern with JPJ is those interceptions you can get burned, but if you're a threat to cause turnovers, teams will second guess, throwing your way. Look at Trayvon Diggs. 100%. They're actually very similar players. Long corners, strong players that love to press.
I just don't know how good JPJ's ball skills are.
I think they're fine. He just didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to catch footballs because the ball was never around him.
I get that.
When I watch the film, it's like nobody's throwing in this guy's direction, ever. So,
right.
I want that guy on my team.
Training camp has started. It's pump up time, and I don't know about you. I'm freaking ready. Football's back, baby.
I am so ready.
if you're excited for the Steelers training camp to start, if you're excited for this season, we're trying to get as many Steelers fans in here as we can. Go down there and spam PIT as
4
many
minutes
times as
straight.
you can.
We are going to beat the Steelers talk record right now.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to start this in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get
Spam
those
it.
PITs in
Spam
there.
it.
Get those PITs in there. As fast as you can go. Come on.
Let's go.
As many as possible. Come on.
Are you ready for Steelers training camp? Let's
go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Come on. Get those in there. As many as you can get. What? Who sent them in? Another jelly bean for both of us?
Also, I'm not short. Sperry's really tall.
Jeremy's short. It's okay.
No, I'm not.
Come on, keep going. Keep going. Still got a minute to go. About 10 more seconds.
All right. We got
Keep getting those PITs in there.
liver and onions.
Oh, shoot.
Down the hatch. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Oh, all right.
Here we go.
We did it.
Steelers.
We did it.
How do we get y'all to say here we go, Steelers?
Oh, all right. We broke the record. 116 chat rate in the last minute. Let's go. Give yourselves a hand. And we got a $10 super chat from my man, Austin Tardif. God, the liver and onions one is so bad too, dude. Oh, my God. It says, so Gold Club member here. Personally, I think we aim for linebacker with our second pick next year in the draft. Saying that, what linebackers should we be keeping our eyes on? I haven't done a whole lot of work on the edge rushers, linebackers in next year's class. If I'm being honest with you, Austin, I can't give you an educated answer on that right now. Obviously, I'm going to be getting into some of these new guys coming up, but it's going to be interesting to see.
Ooh.
I think
Got some interesting names for next year, though.
Okay, let me see. Let me hear them.
Well, really, the first one that came up. The top linebacker prospect projected for the 2024 NFL Draft?
Is that the guy from Clemson?
Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
That's the guy from Clemson, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he's good.
Does that name ring a bell?
Yes, it does. I think he's excellent.
The old Eagles linebacker, Jeremiah Trotter.
Yes,
that's his son.
That's 100% right. I would like that. I mean, I wouldn't hate that pick at all. So second round pick, I think is probably right to address linebacker. I'd agree with you, Tardif. All right, so coming up on today's show, in just a second, we're going to be getting into the latest news and rumors coming to you from Latrobe with Steelers training camp. Then, of course, later on today, I got some trade targets to go over with you guys today, some potential options that could be possibilities for the Steelers. Then ESPN named some surprise Steelers cut candidates. Going to be going over those later on in today's show. And then make sure you use hashtag Steelers or Super Chat to get your questions in for today's mailbag. So before we get things going, we got 32 people that have liked the show. Let's get that up to 35. Once we get that to 35, we will get going. We got 100 people watching, triple digits to start us off here on Steelers training camp. Let's get that like number up right now. Right now we're at 31. It went down. We need to get that to 35. All right, we just got there. All right, man. All right, so we got news and rumors coming your way here soon. Jeremy, are we ready to roll? All right, Steelers news and rumors on day one of Steelers training camp coming at you right now. It's day one of Steelers training camp, and Joey Porter Jr. has signed his rookie contract. There's more on Alex Highsmith's contract that I want to break down with you guys here on the show. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers, are they interested in trading for Chase Young? Going to be breaking down all these topics here in just a second. But before we get things going, kick off today's show by clicking that thumbs up icon and liking today's video. Now let's jump into the news and rumors of the day, starting with the report from USA Today that the Steelers and the Ravens have shown interest in Commanders pass rusher Chase Young, among others, apparently. So I'm looking at this situation, and of course we've talked about Chase Young on the show before. These rumors have come up before, and I've shot him down time and time again. And to me, this makes no sense. From a financial standpoint, you're going to have to pay him another big contract when you just paid Alex Highsmith that massive contract. Of course, you're paying TJ Watt the highest annual salary of any edge rusher in the National Football League. So paying 3 guys at that level just doesn't make any sense to me because you already have arguably the best pass rushing duo in the National Football League here with Watt and Highsmith. I think both of these guys are easily going to get over double-digit sacks this year. And then Marcus Golden and Nick Herbig are very good rotational pieces. So why would you want to add a guy like Chase Young, especially when you're going to have to give him a big extension if you trade for him, and you're going to have to give up draft capital? I'm just not willing to do that personally, but let me know how you're feeling about a potential Chase Young trade. Would this be a good move for the black and gold? Give me a T if you would trade for him, or if you're going to pass on him, give me a P down there in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show, so YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Then we got Joey Porter Jr., and I told y'all this was going to get done. Joey Porter Jr. has signed his rookie contract here. It's going to be worth just under $10 million over 4 seasons. And I just absolutely expected this to happen. It came down to the wire, but he's a rookie. He's going to want to be on the field this year. He wants that time in practice to impress his coaches and become a starter for the black and gold here in 2023. He wasn't going to miss any time, and a deal ended up getting done. So the exact figures here: 4 years, $9.618 million for the second-round rookie out of Penn State University. Of course, the Porter family is coming back, which is fantastic. And I think that he's an awesome fit for this defense. I think he's going to be such a great value for this defense moving forward, especially with all the big contracts that you have in Alex Highsmith and Watt and Minka and Cam, and all those are lining up. It's nice to have a really good player like JPJ on a rookie contract, and it's really great to have all this drama with Alex Highsmith, Joey Porter Jr., and the like completely taken care of here before the start of training camp. So now these players, all they have to focus on is ball, right? Just focus on winning this team another championship and getting this team to a position where they can win the AFC North and put up another AFC North title here in 2023. That's absolutely something that I want to see from the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And I think it's going to be one of the best in the league. I think Joey Porter Jr. is going to be a big part of that. And you look at the cornerback depth chart right now, I think that right now he's probably in that 3rd spot behind Levi Wallace and Patrick Peterson. I think he will see the field when the Steelers go to their nickel formations, when they have 3 corners on the field. I think those 3 guys are the best corners on this team, and those are the guys that will be out there. Corey Trice Jr. is another guy that's interesting. James Pierre is a guy that's got experience. Chant and Sullivan might be your true dime backer this year. But Joey Porter Jr., I think, is going to quickly rise up the ranks here. He's got those long arms. He's got the physicality that you look for. He's got everything that you want in a Pittsburgh Steelers corner, because Mike Tomlin loves to play those press man coverages. He loves to put his corners right up on the line of scrimmage and bully opposing wide receivers, and that's exactly what his game calls for. Now, he was a little bit grabby in college. Maybe he's not the most fluid athlete in the world, but I think he's a perfect fit for this system, and I cannot wait to see what he looks like in black and gold here during the first preseason game this training camp. Now, if you want Joey Porter Jr.'s Steelers jersey, you can get it from our friends at Fanatics right now. Use chatsports.com/Joey Porter Jr. to get his 24 Steelers jersey on the Fanatics website right now. If you really believe in this guy, you think he's going to be a fantastic player for the Steelers moving forward, you can get his jersey on the Fanatics website right now. Do not wait. These things go really fast. So go to chatsports.com/Joey Porter Jr. if you want to get that number 24 black and gold GPJ jersey in your closet today. Now let's talk a little bit more about Alex Highsmith and the contract that he just signed, the big-time extension that they got done last week. The extension is worth 4 years, $68 million, which is quite a pretty penny for Mr. Highsmith. I think he certainly earned it based on his play last year, and it's definitely solidified the Pittsburgh Steelers edge rush or just defensive line pass rush in general as one of, if not the best in the league. Now, the cap hit next year, it's a lot smaller, right? Just $4.41 million is going to be allocated towards the 2023 salary cap, but then it gets exponentially higher from this point forward, where it's going to go up quite a bit just starting in 2024, moving up to 13.9 there just next season, and it gets bigger and bigger as the seasons go on, going up to 16, 17, and 18 there as the seasons progress. And right now, that's really putting up a lot of pressure on the 2024 cap, because we're going into the 2023 season with just with less than $1 million in cap space for the 2024 season. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. That means that the Steelers have a ton of big contracts starting next season. Omar Khan is definitely going to have to work his magic next offseason in order to make things work. And at this point, because you have signed Alex Highsmith to that massive deal, I really don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers can afford to make any like kinds of big trades or anything like that, like for Chase Young, for example, because they just don't have the money in future years to make it happen. Now, be honest with me down there in the comments section. Are you worried about the Pittsburgh Steelers cap situation moving on into the future? Type W if you're worried, or if you think Omar Khan has got this and you think he can handle it, type NW for not worried. Now, before I go, there are some other news items that I want to cover. First, we're going to be talking about Mike Tomlin here, and there's going to be no extension this season for Coach T. Unfortunately, the report comes out from Jerry Dulac today that Mike Tomlin is not expected to get that contract extension, but his job security is quote-unquote high. Definitely think that he's one of the better head coaches in the National Football League, so I would have liked to see him get a contract extension, but his job security is high at this point. I think a deal will get done eventually, and I still think he's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach for many years to come. Then we got a tweet here from Adam Schefter that says that 49ers GM John Lynch said QB Brock Purdy, who underwent offseason elbow surgery, has been cleared without restriction, and he's ready to go in training camp, which means that he is set to be the Week 1 starter when the Pittsburgh Steelers play the 49ers at Acrisure Stadium in Week 1. And it's really going to be the battle between Pickett and Purdy that I'm going to be watching very, very closely. Last year, if you look at the advanced stats and you kind of adjust for the Kyle Shanahan offense, I think Kenny Pickett had a better season last year. You look at the expected completion percentage, much higher for Mr. Brock Purdy. And then the adjusted completion percentage, the differential there, that's that bottom metric. You can see that that differential is higher for Kenny Pickett, which means that given the circumstances, he was a more accurate quarterback. He was also, he had more big-time throws. He had the similar, actually the exact same turnover-worthy play percentage. I think he's a better quarterback personally. I think if you put him in that San Francisco offense, he's going to do what Brock Purdy did and more. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Who is the better quarterback? If you think it's Kenny Pickett, give me a KP. Or if you think it's Brock Purdy, do me a favor, put a BP down there in the comments section. That'll be it for me today, guys. Really do appreciate all the support. If you want more Steelers training camp coverage throughout training camp, throughout the preseason, leading up to Week 1, when we're going to be having our first watch party when the Steelers play the 49ers at Acrisure Stadium there in Week 1. We got a bunch of great stuff coming your way, so do me a favor, click that subscribe button right now. All right, first segment out of the way. And coming up here, I've got some Steelers trade targets.
I'm going to put this question up there.
All right.
Who's better? Because I think this is a pretty good question.
Yeah, let me know. Kenny Pickett or Brock Purdy? I'm going to cast my vote for Kenny Pickett. I think in the aggregate, when everything is equal and you adjust for the Kyle Shanahan offense and all this different stuff, Pickett is the better quarterback. What say you, Jeremy?
All right. You can't hate me for my answer.
Are you going to say Brock Purdy right now?
I already said you can't hate me, so you can't hate me.
He's going to say Brock Purdy right now.
I literally just said you can't hate me, so you're not allowed to get mad at me for this take.
Somebody send in a 20 so I can slap this guy right now.
I think it's Brock Purdy.
No.
I think it's Brock Purdy.
Oh, my gosh.
Just because both were supposed to be NFL ready coming into the league. Pickett's had some adjusting to do. Obviously, he has to deal with Canada Dry, but Brock Purdy, I mean, from what I saw last season, he's nice.
Brian, send in that 20 right now. Brian Love, if you're listening, send in that 20. I want to slap this guy so bad right now.
I literally said before I said it that you can't get mad at me.
Well, that's a terrible take. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you want to punish Jeremy Chuggs for that terrible take, send in that 20 because I want to slap him right now, man.
I just said you can't get mad at me. So you're not allowed.
I'm not mad.
You're not allowed to get mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Okay, Chuggs, that is. I'm sorry. That's just I just can't today, man.
Besides John Allen, Nick, Psycho, your boy Chum Nick, Sky Wills, everybody else I guess agrees with me because nobody else typed their KPs. Damian
it's KP.
Roy.
That's who's better.
I don't know. Mo Love said KP. Damian Roy said KP. Besides that, everybody else is with me. They said BP. Just saying.
I severely disagree with you, my friend. I'm sorry. If someone wants to send in a 20 so I can slap this guy, let's go! Brandon Nicholson is getting the party going here. Terrible.
Not everybody typed in their KPs. So
Look at all these KPs in there right now.
I don't know.
Your boy Chumlick, Elip 6, I think is how you say that. John Arigold, John Allen, Sky Wells, all of these guys. Get over here, man. It's time to get slapped. I'm telling you, man, week 1, we are going to see who is better. And it's going to be Mr. Kenny Pickett. I'm telling you right now. We're getting that dub in Acrisure Stadium. Statement victory versus the 49ers. Here we go. It's time. It's time. Let's go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Oh, I didn't get him.
Oh.
Did I get you good?
Yeah.
Let's go. That's what you get. All right, coming up here, trade targets for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to be breaking down some of the most popular options on Twitter right now. And I'm going to let you know what I think of those ideas. If you want me to slap Chuggs again, send in another 20. Much appreciated. We still got the Steelers Talk mailbag later on today. So make sure you use hashtag Steelers or Super Chat to get those questions in if you want to be on the show. But, yeah, Jeremy, how are you feeling? Is your face okay to produce? He's giving me the finger right now. Let's go. We got him good. All right, we ready to go here, Jeremy? All right, let's get into these Steelers trade targets coming at you right now. A report has come out by USA Today that the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in trading for Washington Commanders edge rusher Chase Young. But is that a good idea? I'm going to be breaking that down on today's show. And plain simply, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be going over 4 of the fan favorite trade targets for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to let you know whether it makes sense or whether it doesn't. All right, so it's going to be a very, very good show here. So before we get into today's action, do me a favor, get today's show off on the right foot by clicking that thumbs up icon and helping out the channel by liking today's video. So let's start with the man himself, Chase Young here. And personally, I do not think this makes sense at all for the Pittsburgh Steelers or for the Washington Commanders for that matter. I don't think the Commanders want to trade him. I don't think the Steelers necessarily want to trade for him. I think this is probably a fake report or something like that. I just don't think this is the case whatsoever that the Steelers are interested in trading for Chase Young. The reasons for that: the Steelers already have TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith locked up to long-term contracts. They just got that big extension done with Alex Highsmith, and that's something that definitely means something, because if you trade for Chase Young, you're going to have to give him a massive contract. All right, you're going to have to give him that big extension that he wants, because if you're going to be trading away a draft pick for somebody like this, you're not just going to have him for half a season or for one season, right? You're going to be keeping him around long term, and Young wants to get paid like a true number 1 edge rusher, and I just don't think the Steelers have the cap space or the wherewithal here to do that for 3 different players on this roster. And to be completely honest with you, I don't think the Commanders are interested in making this trade either. I think that Ron Rivera is going into a year where the Commanders either need to make the playoffs or he's going to get fired because they have a brand new owner. He needs to prove his worth, and Chase Young needs to be a big part of that defense if they are going to make the playoffs in the NFC this year. So trading away Chase Young just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for them unless he's like super injured in his knee, right? His knee has like really bad damage or whatever, and they know that he's not going to be healthy long term. That's the only thing that makes sense for the Washington Commanders, but I don't think that's the case. The reports coming out of Washington is that Young feels great, that he's moving really well, all these different things. So I don't think Washington wants to trade him whatsoever, so I don't think this deal is going to end up getting done. Now, let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. What is the percent chance that Chase Young ends up coming to the black and gold and become a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Put it on a scale of 0 to 100 for me down in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Then another fan favorite trade target for the Pittsburgh Steelers is Cardinals linebacker, defensive back type, hybrid kind of player, Isaiah Simmons. And I don't think this one is going to be a likely trade option either. I think the Arizona Cardinals really like Isaiah Simmons. They're really excited about the new role that he's going to be playing this year as their slot cornerback, which I actually think that's more of his skill set. I think that he's going to be a really good tight end eraser. Definitely on film. His best film is in pass coverage. He's a terrible run blocker. He doesn't do the things that linebackers are supposed to do, which is to stay disciplined, be a good run defender, being a reliable tackler in the run game. He doesn't do the things that you need a linebacker to do, but he's actually pretty darn good in coverage. He's very athletic. He's got long arms, long legs. He can move, and he's just a tight end eraser, and that's what the Cardinals are going to want to be doing with him this year. And because of that, they're excited about his future, and I don't think they're going to be willing to trade him. If you're a young head coach like Jonathan Gannon is, going into your first year, you need as many good young defensive players as you can possibly get, and Isaiah Simmons could absolutely be one of those guys for the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think it makes a ton of sense for them to trade him to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then even if he is traded to the Steelers would just have him as like a rotational player on like nickel packages, and he wouldn't even be an every down starter. So why would you give up the draft capital? Personally, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, I got two other names to discuss here on today's video. But first, if you need some more Pittsburgh Steelers gear in your closet, today is your lucky day. Get this awesome t-shirt combo from our friends at Fanatics right now by using our link, chatsports.com/Steelers combo to get your hands on this awesome combo of t-shirts. Really like that black long sleeve with the Steelers helmet and then a nice forgiving white long sleeve for those summer months. If you're going to Latrobe to watch some Steelers training camp practice this year, one of these shirts would look really damn good on you. So go to chatsports.com/Steelers combo to get your hands on this awesome t-shirt combo in your closet today. Now, another one that I've seen thrown around time and time again on Steelers Twitter is let's trade for Devin White, right? It's somebody that's a Super Bowl champion, somebody that's a top 5 draft pick, big name, 124 tackles last year. This guy's an awesome linebacker, right? I'm much lower on Devin White than kind of the consensus is. I don't think he's good in pass coverage. I think really he's maybe a mediocre run defender, and then he is bad in coverage. And that's exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers don't need right now. They need coverage linebackers, and that's Devin White's worst part of his game. But there's multiple reasons why this will not work out. Last year, you can see that coverage grade last year. 60th out of 70 eligible inside linebackers in Pro Football Focus grading last year. That's atrocious, and quite frankly, like it's been worse in past years as well. And then also, I think Tampa's price tag is going to be too high. They like Devin White, so I think it's going to have to take like a 3rd or maybe a 4th round draft pick to go get him. I'm not willing to give that up for Devin White. And then he also wants to be paid like the highest paid inside linebacker in the league, $20 million per season or more. No way Devin White is worth that whatsoever. This guy is a pretty decent blitzer. He's a good locker room guy. He's a good athlete. There's good parts to Devin White's game, but it just doesn't make sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers to spend valuable draft capital and dollars on this guy when you don't have the money to pay for him financially, and then you really don't need him right now, in my opinion. I like Cole Holcomb. I like Landon Roberts as your 1-2 combo there. Nick Kwiatkowski and Tanner Muse, and hopefully Mark Robinson is going to be some really nice depth for you. I think Keanu Neal is going to be a nice, like a hybrid dime linebacker for Mike Tomlin and this defense this year. I don't think you need a guy like Devin White, especially at the price tag of $20+ million. No way am I advocating for that trade. And quite frankly, the only one that I would really even entertain at this point is Patrick Queen. But here's the thing with the Patrick Queen situation. He plays for a division rival, so there's no way Baltimore is going to give us a valuable player in a trade. There's just no way, okay? The teams hate each other. There's just simply no way that Baltimore sends a really good player like Patrick Queen to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It doesn't matter what Omar Khan offers them, right? So you look at the PFF grades last year for Patrick Queen. I think he's a pretty darn good player, all right? He was the 31st highest ranked inside linebacker in the league last year. That's above average. And he's always been a really good blitzing linebacker. You see that he was 6th out of 49 linebackers last year in blitzing. But then, you know, what he got really better at last year was the coverage aspect of it with a 65.5 grade. Good for 32nd, which is about average in this league. And that's perfectly good enough for me. And then the run defense, it's fine. It's about average as well. But if the Steelers make any kind of move, it's got to be for a guy like this, somebody that's younger, somebody that's a good athlete, somebody that's good in coverage, and somebody that I believe in. I don't believe in Devin White. I don't think Isaiah Simmons is a true linebacker type in this league. I don't think Chase Young makes sense financially for the Steelers. I think it would potentially make sense for a guy like Patrick Queen. But here's my conclusion based on all of this right now, okay? I just don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers need to make a move right now. They just don't need to make a move. This roster is really good as it is right now, and you know you're already pressed on the salary cap next season as it is. I don't want to make that situation any worse or any more difficult for GM Omar Khan. Right now, I like where the Steelers are at, and I don't think they need to make any sort of move here before the start of the 2023 season. But let me know what you think down there in the comments section. Should Pittsburgh make one more move before week 1? Let me know what you guys think by giving me a yes or by giving me a no. Can't wait to see what you have to say about this particular issue. That's going to be it for today's show, guys. Really do appreciate the support. Make sure you click that subscribe button for me because we got a bunch of great Steelers news and rumors content coming your way throughout training camp, throughout preseason, leading up to week 1, where we're going to be having our first live watch party of the year when the Steelers play the 49ers in week 1. That'll be it from me today, guys. I will see you guys later. And as always, here we go, Steelers. All right, 2 down, 2 to go, Mr. Jeremy.
Let's go.
Our next segment is going to be the mailbag, so make sure you get your questions in now if you haven't already. This is your last warning.
Super chat to skip the line.
Super chat to skip the line. If you want me to slap Jeremy for that terrible Brock Purdy take again, send in a 20, please.
Or if you want me to slap Sperry, you can send in a 22.
I mean, I don't think Brock Purdy's better than Kenny Pickett. I'm not. I mean,
just because I'm being a realist, I have to get slapped.
Oh, so that's the realist take now. You hear that? Do you hear that?
I'm just saying.
Send in those 20s, man. This man needs to get
one of us
slapped silly.
One of us is being real and honest, and the other one's name is Sperry.
This is ridiculous. You hear this trash talk? This is unacceptable.
I'm just saying.
This is unacceptable, man. All right. Do we have enough questions? Or do we have a question here in between segs here?
Let me check.
Oh man, I'm still fuming about that take. Kenny Pickett is better than Brock Purdy. He just is. I'm excited to see some of the questions that you guys have for me today, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you guys have for me.
I mean, it's wide open if you want to use #Steelers. We are in need of some questions.
All right, so we still need some questions here. So send in those questions now. Send in a 20 if you want me to slap Chuggs for that terrible take that he had.
Nick wants to know, do you think Cole Holcomb is better than Myles Jack?
I do.
That's a great question, Nick. You got to use #Steelers in your question so we can put it up on the show.
#Steelers, my friend.
Just like nothing did right above you. Just like CM Punk did. Nick, you got to use hashtag Steelers. If you want to guarantee a question on the mailbag, you got to super chat with a question.
Send in a $20 super chat with a question, and I get to slap Chuggs, and we get a question. Let's go. All right, man, we got 82 people watching. Thank you to everybody that is tuned in. It is the first day of Steelers training camp. We got 2 more segments to go. Next up, I'm going to be answering your questions on the Steelers Talk mailbag. And still to come, I have some surprise cut candidates from ESPN, some really juicy stuff from ESPN that we're going to be covering here in just a little while. Jeremy, how are we doing on questions? We feeling pretty good?
I think we're good. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's get to these Steelers Talk questions coming at you right now. Do you think a trade for Aaron Donald will happen? What a question from CM Punk here, and I'm going to be answering it here in just a second. But first here, let's get to some other questions, starting with hot takes, where he goes, hashtag Steelers. Could we trade a first and a player for Aaron Donald? So these Aaron Donald questions just keep coming on the Steelers Talk mailbag. I think it depends on the player. I think it depends where the Steelers are potentially going to be drafting. But, if the Steelers are in position to potentially make a Super Bowl run by the trade deadline this year, and a deal presents itself that isn't atrocious, right? It isn't like 2 first-rounders and a player or something like that. I'm at least taking the call from the Los Angeles Rams to see what it would take to get Aaron Donald. Because if you can join forces between Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, and arguably the best defensive player to ever do it in Aaron Donald, oh my goodness, man, this defensive line would be unstoppable. That's 4 guys that you arguably have to double team, and you can only pick one. That is absolutely unstoppable, man. So if the opportunity presents itself and it's not too much of a mortgaging of the future, I'm going to take that trade all day long. Then we got a question from Matt Hyde here. It says, here we go, Steelers. Do you think Steelers make the playoffs? I'm going to say yes to this question. Now, the big thing that could derail this season, it's 2 things, actually. Kenny Pickett, if he's not a good quarterback, he could derail the season. And then also Matt Canada. If the offense sucks this year in general, that could derail the season. The AFC North this year is going to be an absolute bloodbath with the Cincinnati Bengals, Deshaun Watson coming back here with the Cleveland Browns. They could certainly be pretty decent. And then you got the Baltimore Ravens, revamped offense there with Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., Zay Flowers. There's going to be a lot of really good teams in this division this year, and you got to have a complete football team to be division champs and make the playoffs this year. And if Kenny Pickett and Matt Canada just aren't that, then the Steelers are going to have a disappointing season this year. Then we got a $10 super chat from Just Webb's World 1 that says, what rookie would you expect to bust? Hopefully none, but it's either Washington, and it would hurt me, but him or Herbig. So I think that if I have to pick one right now, and by the way, I think this is going to be one of the best draft classes in Steelers history. So this isn't a prediction. I think the one that's most likely to bust is Darnell Washington, given the knee injury that scared so many teams off of him at the NFL Combine, right? Given his size, just the fact that he's so freaky, right? Sometimes those freak athlete types, they have very freak type injuries, and it derails their seasons derails their careers. So that's definitely a possibility for a guy like Darnell Washington. But also, you look at the upside. If you can combine Darnell Washington and a realized Darnell Washington next to Pat Freiermuth, that is an absolute game-wrecking combination at the tight end position. So although I'm really excited about Washington, the bust factor is definitely involved in that equation. Then we got a question from Nothing here who says, should the Steelers pay Najee Harris? Now, I think it depends on how he plays this season. Okay, so if he has a really great season this year and he's like at top 5 in rushing touchdowns, all these different things, and he leads this Steelers offense to the playoffs, then I say, yeah, sure, give him his money, pay the man his money. But he needs to prove it. He hasn't proven it to this point in his career. Now, he's dealt with injuries. He's dealt with poor offensive line play. So the excuses are there. But this year, the excuses are definitely less, and it's definitely going to be a big year for his career. I'm definitely excited to see what Najee is going to be able to do this year. I think it's going to be a good year, and I do think he'll be a Pittsburgh Steeler for a while. Then we got a question from Dan, the Pitt fan here. He says, Dan Moore doesn't truly have a shot at left tackle, right? Now, I actually think that he does. Okay, so Dan Moore Jr. right now, in comparison to first-round rookie Broderick Jones, Dan Moore is plain simply the better pass protector right now. Jones still has a lot of flaws in his pass protection skill set, and although I think Jones is the better run blocker at this point, I'm looking at the complete totality of the player, and if Broderick Jones isn't ready to play, there's no reason to rush him, okay? There's no reason to rush him into the lineup. You have a very solid guy there that's been in this league for a while in Dan Moore Jr., so you can wait until Broderick is ready to play. Now, I think Broderick eventually has the skill set to be a top 5 left tackle in the National Football League. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, however, and it could mean that Dan Moore Jr. is going to be the starting left tackle for this team by week 1. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down there in the comments section. Does Dan Moore have any shot to start at left tackle over Broderick Jones? Give me a yes or give me a no down there in the comments. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Then we got a $20 super chat from Gold Club member Brian Love here, and he says, if the Steelers do make another move, it should be to beef up the linebacker room. Chase Young is not worth a trade, especially with how questionable his health has been as of late. And once again, I completely agree with Brian Love here. I think that the linebacker room, if you're going to make an addition, a big-time move here before the start of the season, it's probably got to be in the linebacker room, right? Whether that be a free agency signing, I think that's probably less likely, right? Or a trade for a guy like maybe Isaiah Simmons or Patrick Queen if the Ravens are stupid enough to give us Patrick Queen. I don't think a move is going to end up happening. I think that Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, and the Steelers are pretty content with what they have on the roster right now. But I completely agree with Brian here. If you're going to address one position, it's probably going to be inside linebacker. Then we got a $5 super chat from Damian Roy here. And he says, I work at FedEx, talking about FedEx Field, where the Commanders play. I saw the injury and his return, talking about Chase Young. He looked slow and tentative. Now, that's absolutely what was the case last year for Chase Young. Just 5 tackles, no sacks for Chase Young when he came back from his ACL injury at the end of the 2022 season. He's coming into this year. Apparently, he's feeling really, really good about himself. The Commanders are feeling really good about Chase Young. So I guess we'll have to see how he performs this year. But that doesn't change my feelings that the Pittsburgh Steelers absolutely do not need to make a Chase Young trade at this point. Then we got a $5 super chat from Gary Reynolds here. It says, what inside linebacker can we go after in a trade or free agency? So I think that if there's one guy that I would want to go get right now, it would be Patrick Queen. The only problem is the Ravens are a division rival, and there's no way they're going to trade him to us. There's some other guys in there as well. Like Devin White is somebody that's been thrown around, Isaiah Simmons, but I don't think that those guys are real, good options for the Steelers at this point. Super expensive as well. So I think that probably your best bet is to go to free agency. And if you're looking for a coverage linebacker, the answer to that question is Kawan Alexander. Then we got a $10 super chat from Gold Club member Austin Tardif here, who says, personally, I think we aim for linebacker with our second pick next year in the draft. Saying that, what linebackers should be keeping our eyes on? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I haven't done my homework on the inside linebacker prospects in next year's NFL draft now, but Jeremiah Trotter Jr. from Clemson, he is absolutely fantastic. He's probably going to be a first-round pick next year. So, on day 2, he's probably not going to be available for the Steelers, but that's definitely somebody to keep your eye on if you need one name there. That's going to be it for today's mailbag. Well, we got more questions coming up here in just a second. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you click that subscribe button right now if you want more Steelers mailbags coming up in the future. Then we got a $10 super chat from Brian Love, who says the AFC North belongs to the Steelers. That's right, Brian. Half of the Browns wide receivers room is already hurt. The Ravens are also looking thin in the wide receiver room. OBJ coming off injury and already talking retirement. Playoff bound, baby. I agree with Brian's take here once again, man. I think the Steelers are going to have a really good campaign here. I do think the AFC North is going to be a little bit more competitive just because like the Browns have a couple injured receivers, and same thing with the Ravens. That doesn't mean that they're not going to be good football teams. I think they have good defenses as well, good head coaches. I think it's going to be a bloodbath this year. And although the Steelers, I think, are equipped to handle that battle, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything shakes out. Then we got a $20 super chat from my man Mo Love here, and says, hey, what's good? Eloped to Costa Rica to get married and visit in-laws, so been busy the past few weeks. Congratulations, Mo Love, on getting married, my man. That is awesome to hear. Really happy for you. Congrats to you and your new wife. And says, how will the Steelers start slow again this year? Or will this be better? I think it's going to be better this year. I am holding out hope that Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett improved during the offseason. This defense is going to be a top 3 unit in the league. Head coach Mike Tomlin is one of the best in the business, and I think the black and gold are going to make their return this year. Now, that being said, it's certainly possible that Matt Canada's offense is super bland and boring again, and Kenny Pickett just isn't that guy. If that happens, the Steelers are likely last in the AFC North this year, but I'm holding out hope here that both of those things are going to work out for us this year, and that the Steelers are going to be AFC North champions in 2023. Then we got a question from Dab Udi. Nice. And then he says, Calvin Austin, sleeper fantasy player. You heard it here first. I don't disagree with that one whatsoever. I think that Calvin Austin III is somebody that could maybe merge onto the scene later in the season. I wouldn't draft him, though. I would not draft him. Here is why. He's not going to play a whole ton at the beginning. I think mostly in the beginning, it's going to be 11 personnel, which means 3 wide receivers, and those 3 receivers on the field are going to be Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and Allen Robinson. Okay, so I think that Calvin will get on the field for various situations, obvious passing situations and the like, but he's just not valuable as a run blocker, so he won't be on the field during those early downs. But now let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. What Steelers players would you draft in fantasy football? For me personally, I'm definitely picking up George Pickens, who I think is going to have a breakout season here in his second year in the league. But let me know which Steelers players you're drafting in fantasy football this year. Then we got more questions here. This one from Urza1 Alpha, who says, do you think we will be able to pay all of our defense next season? If not, who might be a good trade candidate to cut cap if we end out of the playoffs before the trade deadline? So this is definitely an interesting question. I would say Patrick Peterson, maybe, if the Steelers are bad, they have to get a new quarterback or something like that, and he wants out, maybe Patrick Peterson, but I really don't see them giving up Minka. I really don't see them giving up Cam. I really don't see them giving up TJ. And because they just signed Alex Highsmith, I don't see them giving him up either. So if you're going to pick one guy to kind of give up on defense, I think it's probably going to be Patrick Peterson, but I guess we'll just have to see on that one. That's going to be it for today's mailbag, guys. Really do appreciate all the support. If you want more Steelers content from me on Twitter, go ahead and give me a follow at Sperry_Yens. Really do appreciate all the support. I will see you guys later. And as always, here we go, Steelers. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. Thank you guys so much for those super chats during the mailbag. Shout out to, I think it was, who are the 2 people that super chatted?
And because Brian Love and Mo Love sent in super chats, you have to eat a bean, and that's a slap for you.
I'm slapping you.
No. Mo Love said that he wanted to smack you.
No, he did not.
100%.
Mo Love, confirm that for me right now. Who do you want to get slapped? Let me know in the chat.
Sperry, go ahead and eat a bean. But Mo Love said he wanted me to smack you.
Mo Love, confirm that, please, because he said that Brock Purdy is better than Kenny Pickett. He needs to get slapped. All right, let's find one that's pretty bad here. All right, I found one I've got Old Bandage again. I don't like these, man.
See, Mo Love is saying you're not true, Sperry. It's a smack for you.
Let's go. I got pomegranate. I got 2 good ones today. That's a crazy day.
Elliptic 6, yes.
Elliptics, yes. For $40, we will slap each other at the same time. The last time... yeah, Mo Love, 2 slaps for Chuggs now. I mean, we just have 1 slap because it's 20, but if you want me to slap him again, Mo Love, another 20 will do it, all right? Pomegranate. Let's go. All right. All right, this one's for you, Mo Love. If you want me to do this a second time, another 20 will do it. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Oh.
Yes, sir. KP all day, Senior Chuggs. All right, man. We got one more segment still to go here on Steelers Talk. I'm going to be going over ESPN's roster projection where they had 5 kind of surprising cut candidates for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to be breaking those down here in just a second. But let me know down in the comment section. Jeremy, how are you feeling?
A little red.
A little red. Let's go. What play are you looking forward to seeing in training camp? Let me know down there in the comment section.
Brock Purdy.
No, not Brock Purdy. No. For me, I'm excited to see Hakeem Butler.
Mo Love, any guests to slap today? We have 2 new guys, but we haven't asked them yet. So
we can.
Yes.
Can we ask Petey too, our Browns host?
He's gonna want more than 20 though.
So here's what I'll say, Mo Love. If you want to send in a 20, and we have a couple of new guys here at the Chat Sports office, and we'll slap one of those guys. Or if you put in a 20, we'll slap both of them.
Or I'll slap Sperry.
No. Yes! Elliptics! Let's go! And a 20! Oh my goodness!
Elliptic 6 says,
Elliptic 6 says, love your work, fellas. Keep it up. Thank you so much, my man. Let's go. We're slapping each other at the same time.
And Mo Love 20, a hippo character stands idle whilst his new and most powerful body attachments do their thing with
Mo
the word
Love.
OP in the background.
Mo Love, let me know who you want to get slapped. Do you want a new guy? Do you want Jeremy or do you want me? Do as you will with that. I think Jeremy deserves another slap. No. What do you guys think? Let me know. Type Chuggs in the chat if you want him to get slapped again for that terrible take on Brock Purdy.
How about this?
All right.
How about this? For Mo Loves, we rock, paper, scissors for it.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm down.
The new guys are both at work. Are both working.
So we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Chase Sr. from the 49ers and the Eagles report. How we doing, my friend?
Hello.
Hey, we were just talking Brock Purdy, Kenny Pickett. Who's better? Brock Purdy.
No. If you want me to slap Chase, send in like a $50 super chat.
I never agreed to a slap.
You want to do something for a 50?
Sperry over here. Yeah, we'll smack this. I'll do a beer bat.
All right, so we have these new beer bats. So you fill these bats with beer. For a 50 piece, we make the 49ers host drink a beer bat. All right, so $50.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yep. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Let's go! Let's go! No!
2 out of 3.
No!
Be a gentleman.
No!
Gentleman.
No!
Be a gentleman.
It's one and done.
No,
It-
be a gentleman.
This is the NFL.
If you're-
One and done.
If you're a real one, that's 2 out of 3.
Okay. All right, we'll go 2 out of 3.
All right.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Let's go! 2 slaps. 2 slaps. Well, hey, we have to slap each other at the same time, though.
All right.
All right, so
Take your headset.
Yep.
Down. Maybe off your ears really quick. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2. Did I get you?
No.
Oh!
Oh!
All right, you still got your. This one's about to break. All right.
Oh! Got my neck!
That is what you get for saying Brock Purdy is better than Kenny Pickett on this show. You get slapped. All right. So we still got one more. Mo Love, appreciate you, my man. $50, and we'll make the 49ers host drink a beer bat, and I will chant Kenny Pickett the entire time. All right, so that's the price for him. But we got this awesome segment coming up here of these ESPN cut candidates for you guys. We got 69 people watching. Nice. Nice, Jeremy.
Damian, yes, I'm standing up. Sperry is 6'5".
I'm 6'5".
How many times do I have to tell you guys? I'm 5'9" and 3/4.
By the way, I'm going to Latrobe on Saturday for Steelers training camp practice. If you will be there as well, I'll be the tall guy in the crowd. Okay, so that's all you have to do is look for the tall guy and you'll find me. Okay, so we got this.
So $50 for a Chase beer bat.
Yep.
I'll also do a beer bat for $50.
Okay, so at $50, we're gonna do a beer bat race.
Yes.
We're gonna do a beer bat race. First one ever here at Chat Sports.
2 beer bats.
We got 2 beer bats. If we get a 50, we'll do a beer bat race. First one in Chat Sports history. Let's make some history today, Steelers
Dude,
fans.
Yeah, I got some neck bruises from Sperry.
He does. I can see it from here. There's a little bit of redness.
I'm gonna go home.
Well, it's not my fault that you back away before I slap you.
I'm gonna go home and my fiance is gonna be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I fell down the stairs.
You should tell her the truth. She won't believe you.
Elliptic 6, the beer bats, they hold 2 beers each.
Yep, so the beer bats, they're like full-size baseball bats. And they're cups. So it's pretty much 2 beers. Okay, so we'll race those guys. Chuggs and our 49ers host will race for saying that Brock Purdy's better than Kenny Pickett, which just isn't true. But I digress. We got one more segment here to go. ESPN surprise cut candidates. What's that?
What?
Jeremy, you are not spitting facts. This guy needs to get slapped again. Brian Love, another 20. I know you love these tortilla slaps, man. Let's slap this guy again.
I'm not saying Kenny Pickett's not good. I'm saying right now, from what I've seen, Brock Purdy's been better.
No. Oh, my God. Okay, Chuggs needs to do push-ups from Sperry Psycho.
Yeah, I need to do. Huh?
No, we haven't gotten it yet. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So our 49ers host just called all of you guys twats for not putting in the $50 super chat. So we're going to see. All right, we're going to see who's the twat here in just a second. All right, man. Let's get into this last segment. Make sure you get those super chats in because we're going to be wrapping up the show here shortly. A $50 one. We're going to do a beer bat race here on Steelers Talk.
Oh, always.
And Brian Love says hit that like button. Always hit that like button, man. All right, so I got some ESPN surprise cut candidates coming your way right now. Jeremy, are we ready to get this cut going?
I think we're ready to go.
All right, let's get it done right now. ESPN surprise cut candidates for the Pittsburgh Steelers coming your way right now. Welcome into Steelers Talk. On today's show, ESPN has put out their official roster projection for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and there were 5 names on that list that didn't make the 53-man roster that were a big surprise to me. I'm going to be revealing those 5 names here in just a second, but first, make sure you click that subscribe button because when those cuts eventually happen here at the end of the preseason, we are going to have you covered here on the show. We're going to be covering everything every single day, from training camp to the preseason games, all the way leading up to week 1 of the 2023 season, where we're going to be having our first live watch party. So do me a favor, join our family today here at Steelers Talk and click that subscribe button. Then the first surprising name that was not on the Steelers' 53-man roster projection from ESPN was wide receiver Hakeem Butler, who has really been playing well during OTAs and mandatory minicamp. He's going into training camp with a lot of momentum. He had a fantastic season in the XFL this past year with 51 receptions and almost 600 yards and 8 tutties in 10 games. And he's somebody that I think could absolutely end up making this final 53-man roster. In my Steelers roster projection, I had him making it, but this is what ESPN had as the wide receiver room for the Steelers this year. He has Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Allen Robinson, Calvin Austin III, Gunnar Olszewski, Don't see that one happening personally, but I guess it could happen. And then Miles Boykin, the special teams ace. So what do you guys think about Hakeem Butler heading into the season? Will he make the final roster here for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Give me a yes or give me a no. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by giving me a yes or by giving me a no down there in the comments section. For me, my answer is yes. I put him on my final official Steelers roster projection for a reason. I think that he's a really talented receiver, and he can play that true X position that George Pickens is going to be playing this year. And if something, God forbid, happened to George Pickens, I want a guy like Hakeem Butler with the ball skills that he possesses down the field to be on the roster. Plain and simply, that's my answer. It's definitely possible that he doesn't make the roster because he is a bit raw, but I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in Steelers training camp this year. And then maybe the most surprising name that wasn't on the ESPN projection was Chandon Sullivan, who of course was signed in NFL free agency on day 3 of the NFL draft. And for many people, he's expected to be the starting slot corner. Got a lot of first-team reps in OTAs and minicamp, and ESPN doesn't even have him making the roster. And he's not the only surprising corner to not make the roster. They also have James Pierre getting cut, somebody that played quite a bit for the Pittsburgh Steelers last season, had 29 tackles and that awesome interception against the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football, right, and 4 pass breakups as well. And listen, Pierre's not the best corner in the world. He's not a starter, but I think that he's a very solid backup that's been in this system. He knows what's expected of him, and I think he's probably going to end up making the final roster. But this is what ESPN projected for the Steelers cornerback room. He's got Patrick Peterson, Joey Porter Jr., Levi Wallace, Corey Trice Jr., and then Elijah Riley as their slot corner. I mean, I think Elijah's done a really nice job in OTAs and minicamp. He's making waves heading into training camp. But, you know, are you really going to put Riley on this roster over Chandon Sullivan? I suppose it's possible, but I don't think it's very likely that both Chandon Sullivan and James Pierre get cut. I just don't see that happening. Personally, I think that Elijah Riley could very well make the roster, but I just don't think it's going to be at the expense of Chandon Sullivan and James Pierre. That's just my opinion. But let me know who you think is more likely to be cut this year. Do you think it's the slot cornerback, Chandon Sullivan? Type CS if you think it's him, or if you think it's James Pierre, type JP for me down in the comments. For my answer here, I think the more likely to be cut is James Pierre. And plain simply, the reason for that is Chandon Sullivan, they brought him in for a very specific role, to play slot corner, to play dime back, right? He has a very specific role, and they were playing him in that role with the first teamers just in OTAs and minicamp. For him to not make the final roster would be a big surprise to me. And although I think James Pierre has a pretty decent shot at making the roster himself, I do think he's more likely to get cut at the end of the day. Then another kind of surprising name was another free agency pickup this year, nose tackle Braden Fahoku. Now, I don't think Fahoku is like a superstar nose tackle or anything like that, okay? I think that he's fine. He's not great. I think that he's a replacement level nose tackle. That's what he is at this point at 6'3", 300 pounds. But they had the Steelers sticking with 7 defensive linemen this year, and Fahoku wasn't on that list. Right, you got Cam Hayward, you got Larry Ogunjobi, you got Keanu Benton, right? Those are going to be your starters. Then they're keeping Montravius Adams as backup nose tackle. They have Isaiah Loudermilk in there, DeMarvin Leal, and Armand Watts, but no Braden Fahoku. So that surprised me a little bit. I think that I would probably go with Fahoku over Loudermilk at this point, but I suppose that's close. Now, would it shock me if Fahoku gets cut this year? No, it really wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. He hasn't been a super effective player in this league for a while, or really ever, to be quite frank with you. But I would probably take him over Loudermilk at this point. I think that Isaiah is somebody that's just an okay player, and it's probably going to be a battle between those two to see who gets that 7th spot on the Steelers' defensive line depth chart for 2023. Then another surprising name here, this time on the offensive line, Kendrick Green. All right, third-round pick, former third-round pick, athletic player, athletic guy, didn't play a single snap last year. And, you know, they've been trying him out at guard and at center. He hasn't thrived at either. And it's certainly looking like it's possible that Kendrick Green won't end up making the final roster because the Steelers aren't going to wait forever for this guy. So this is who ESPN has as the projected interior offensive lineman. You got Sayamalu, Cole, and Daniels as your starters, and then you got Kevin Dotson and Nate Herbig as a very solid pair of backups there. James Daniels is somebody that can play center. So if Mason Cole gets hurt, you can move Daniels over there to center and put Dotson at guard, right? So there's some flexibility there. So you don't really need a true center like Kendrick Green on the roster technically. But, I look at a guy like Kendrick Green, and this is going to be a big training camp for him, man. He's got the athletic ability to be a pretty decent backup player in this league. However, he just hasn't been able to put it together with the footwork, with the technique, with everything that has been going on over the last couple of seasons. It just hasn't been good enough. If it continues to be that way and he continues to underperform according to the Steelers standards, he is going to get cut, and it really is do or die time for the former third-round pick. So I want to know down there in the comments section, who is a surprising Steelers player that could get cut this season? Let me know who you guys think could be that player down there in the comments. Can't wait to see some of the names that you guys have cooked up for me down there in the comments. And if you want some more Steelers content here on Twitter, go ahead, or there on Twitter, go ahead and give me a follow at Sperry_Yens. I have channel updates on there. I've got video updates on there, all these different things on there. So if you want some Steelers-specific content, go to @Sperry.Yens or _Yens. And then for my general NFL content, you can follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry. I'm currently doing a NFL QB list, ranking every single quarterback in the National Football League. Kenny Pickett's going to be coming up here pretty soon. So if you want to see my breakdown of Kenny Pickett, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter as well. Really do appreciate all the support, guys. I will see you guys later. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Jeremy.
I was going to see how long you would hold.
Jeremy. Okay.
Good stuff.
Great stuff today.
Looks like nobody wants the beer bats.
So here's what I'm going to say.
I was kind of excited for that.
Here's what I'm going to say. We're going to put on a 3-minute shot clock here.
So, yeah. If you have any other questions for Sperry,
yeah, give me some questions down there right now.
You can ask that by super.
Oh! It didn't take long. Elliptic 6 with a 50 piece.
Wait. Also, Elliptic 6. I don't want to put any pressure on you. You're $10 away from joining Steelers Talk Club.
Okay. So show the benefits here. So Elliptic 6. During our Week 1 watch party, it's looking like we're going to be doing a Joey Porter Jr. Steelers jersey giveaway. And if you want 3 free raffle tickets to win that jersey, it's just $10 more. It's just $10 more.
And you get a follow from all of Jack's social medias.
We can talk Steelers whenever you want, man. Just $10 more. I'm joined here by Marshall Green, host of our Giants show here at Chat Sports.
If we get another 50, I'm doing a beer shotgun.
Okay, there we go. There we go. If we get another 50, our Giants host, Marshall Green, is going to be doing a beer shotgun. Oh, a 10 from Elliptic says, welcome to Steelers Talk Gold Club, my friend. How we doing, Mitchell Renz, our host of the Raiders channel here at Chat Sports?
50 for a beer ball.
All right. Oh, my goodness. If we get a 50, Marshall Green's going to do a beer shotgun. And if we get a 50, then we got Mitchell Renz doing a beer bong. Just one more 50, man. Let's get this party going. We've already got a beer bat race coming your way. Let's keep this thing going. It's the first day of Steelers training camp. Send in a 20, and I'll slap the living hell out of Jeremy for saying that Brock Purdy's better than Kenny Pickett. Oh, my goodness. So Elliptic 6, I owe you a bean here. So let's see. All right, so I got liver and onions. A liver and onions one. Oh! A $50 super chat from Mo Love. Get those things going, man.
Here we go.
So we got is this a happy dad in there?
Happy dad.
All right, so we got a happy dad in the beer bat. So this is what it looks like. Jeremy is coming with the other bat, and here's my liver and onions bean. Oh, dude, I hate that one, man. Oh, another 50 from Elliptic 6. Oh, my gosh. Let's go, man. Okay, so Jeremy's got his bat.
That's a lot of foam.
Where's Marshall? Is Marshall getting his shotgun ready?
Let me put these other super chats up for you.
Yeah, let's get these others. Oh, my goodness, man. This is getting nuts. I am nuts. Ugh.
Gotta get you a virgin pina colada.
Let's go. The new member of Steelers Talk Gold Club, Elliptic 6. Let's go. There we go. Here we go, Steelers. There we go. There we go, Steelers. There we go. All right, here we go, man. Jeremy, get over here, dude.
Full screen. Hurry
Full
up.
screen. We got a lot of people about to drink. Elliptic 6. That's elite, man. That is elite. Look at all these kids over here, man. There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. 3, 2, 1, go! We got 2 races going. Who's going to win? Senior and Marsh, let's go!
I just has a ton of foam.
Hey, tournament style right now.
Mine's not movie quality.
Hey, Marsh and Chase. 50? You guys will go again, tournament style? All right.
Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield. Gary
All right.
Sheffield.
Oh, there we go. We got 20. Let's go, Brian, and I get to slap Chuggs again. Ugh. I'm telling you guys right now, $50, and we're going to be doing another race. We're going to be doing a championship round between Chase Sr., our 49ers host, and Marshall Green, our Giants host, for another 50. Brian Love. Oh! Another $50 super chat from Mo Love. Woo! Get those bats going again. Yeah, we got Marsh and Chase in the chip. Let's go with the shot funds. Yeah, we're good with the shot funds.
Okay.
All right, we got the championship here. Marsh, how are you feeling?
Mo Love, MVP day?
Yes, I think so. I mean, he's got to be. All right, so Marsh,
I'm confident.
Steeler Nation is on your back right now because this man said that Brock Purdy is better than Kenny Pickett. So we need him to shut this guy up right now. All right, so let's go. Everyone type.
Yellow, though.
Type.
Swap? He's got Steelers
Yeah, let's swap it. Niners red, Steelers yellow. This is the championship. This is for all the marble, Steelers Nation. All right, are we ready?
Here we
go, Steelers. There we go. There we go, Steelers. There we go. All right, on your marks.
Wave the flag when we're good.
All right, on your marks. Get set. Go. Let's go, Marsh. Come on. Let's go. Chug that. Let's go. It's Marsh. It's Marsh. It's Marsh. Suck it, Senior. Suck it, Senior. Kenny Pickett all day. Let's go.
I'll only do a beer bat race with Jeremy if we get to 500.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so you heard the man. We'll do another beer bat race between Jeremy and our 49ers host, Chase Sr., if we get to 500. So right now, we're at 415. Oh, and by the way, Jeremy, $20 super chat from Brian Love. You know what that means? No, he doesn't.
No, Brian.
Brian, who do you want to slap?
Brian told me he wants to smack you.
Nope, Brian, tell me right now in the chat.
Brian said it. He said smack Sperry.
No, he did not.
Mo Love.
And Mo Love, man, you are the MVP today, my dude. Thank you so much. Congrats. He was the one that got married, correct? I'm not misremembering,
Yes.
man. This is awesome. Congrats, my man. That's
Bri-
awesome. So happy for you.
Brian Love said smack Sperry.
No, he did not. I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know.
Brian, let me know. Slap Senior. I guess we'll ask him. We'll ask him. If you want to slack him, Jeremy. He said no. So we can't slap Senior. Okay? We can't slap Chase. He doesn't want to get slapped today. But let me know, Brian. It's slap Chuggs. Let's go. Get over here. Kenny Pickett all day. All day, my friend. Woo! Steelers talk on fire right now. Man, we're getting into Sperry boot territory right now. I don't know, man.
If we hit 500, I'll do the boot.
All right, so $500. Jeremy's gonna do a boot, and then Senior's gonna do a bat. All right. So we got this. You didn't put it full screen? That's okay. Here we go.
I thought it'd be better with this up there.
Kenny Pickett all day.
Oh. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just being real with y'all.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep those super chats rolling in. Woo! All right, so we got 2 minutes on the clock here, or we're going to end the show. 2 minutes. If we get to $500, Jeremy's going to do a boot, and we're $80 away. Okay, so if someone wants to get even crazier. If someone wants to join Gold Club and put in 100, even better. We've got the real ones in the chat right now, man. These are every single one of you, all 61 of you still in the chat. We got 1:30 left. If you want Jeremy Chuggs to chug a boot of beer and to make him pay for that awful take that he had earlier in today's show. This guy said on today's show that Joey Porter Jr. not going to be as good as you think, and Brock Purdy's better than Kenny Pickett. And he just says he's being real. Now, let's be real. Kenny Pickett's better than Brock Purdy. Elliptic 6. Appreciate you, man. Really do appreciate it. He says, too rich for my blood. All good, dude. Your newest member of Steelers Talk Gold Club. Congratulations, my friend. And Elliptic, I haven't seen you in the chat, super chatting a whole lot in recent shows. Are you new to the show? Because thank you so much. Like, welcome in. Welcome to the family, my friend. Lifetime member of Steelers Talk Gold Club. Awesome. Awesome, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. We got 30 seconds here. If you want Chase Sr. to do another beer bat and Jeremy Chuggs to do a boot, $80 in the next 15 seconds. It's looking like we're probably not going to get there unless something crazy happens. But, man, what an awesome show. 4 cuts today. I'm going to Pittsburgh on Friday. Go to a Pirates game Friday. All right, so that's my timer. That's going to be it for today's show, man. Jeremy, today was a good show. I had a lot of fun. Okay, so Damian, want to see Chuggs doing the running man dance while yelling, Kenny Pickett is the man. Damian, for a $20 super chat, we'll get that done for you. All right, so I'll give you, what, a minute? Yeah, I'll give you a minute to get $20 in, Damian, if you want to see that. All right, so he's going to do exactly what you're saying. He's going to do the running man dance while yelling, Kenny Pickett is the man, if you send in 20 in the next minute. All right?
Let me know. Hey, and all I've got to say is, Damian, I know ball. You know I know what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm just saying.
30 seconds, dude. This guy needs to pay. This guy needs to pay.
I'm just saying. I'm being honest.
Damian, please make this man do it. Please make this man do it. Plus another 20 is another slap. We got 15 seconds, Damian. Come on. Come on. Let's get there. Come on.
Hey,
I mean,
Damian must agree with me, and it's okay.
Mo Love again. Mo Love with a $20 super chat, which means Jeremy's getting slapped again, and he has to do the running man dance.
Nope, I'm only doing that if Damian.
Oh, okay. So Damian, that's the thing. It has to be you, Damian.
Hey, Damian's the one who said it. I'll do it if Damian does it.
All right, so Damian, I'm giving you 1 minute. Actually, I'm going to give him 2 minutes so that we have time to slap. 2 minutes, Damian. If you put in a 20, he's going to do that. He's going to, what is it, the running man dance while yelling Kenny Pickett is the man for a minute. All right, for a minute straight, he's going to do that for $20. You've got a minute and 45 seconds, Damian. Mo Love, we're going to slap Jeremy? You get to decide, Mo Love. Let me know down in the chat, who do you want to slap?
I think he said he wants to slap you.
You've said that every time, and you've lied every time.
I have not lied. You just have the wrong facts.
Mo Love, let me know in the chat. Who do you want to get slapped? I think it's going to be you, Jeremy. How many times have you been slapped today? Have you counted? A good 5 or 6 at least?
The amount of times that I've been slapped by a real man is 0.
Okay. A minute left. Damian, come on, baby. Come on, Damian. We want to see this happen. Come on, man. Keep the show going. 45 seconds, a 20 piece, and Jeremy will do it for you. Here on the show for a minute. We got 38 seconds left on the clock. Going to get this slap out of the way. Here's the Mo Love. He keeps moving out of the way, and it keeps hitting him in the neck. I got to make him like close his eyes or something. Would you prefer it if you closed your eyes, or do you think it would be worse? Yeah. Chuggs just said, yes, sir, may have another. That's up to you guys. It's looking like Damian's not going to get that done today. But that's okay, Damian. I appreciate the support from everybody that tuned into today's show. It was a really fun show all the way through. We had a beer shotgun tournament today. I did not think that was going to happen. Make sure you click that subscribe button because we got a bunch of great stuff coming your way. Live show every single week. We're going to be covering the preseason games live for you here on the channel. Everything leading up to the Week 1 matchup versus the San Francisco 49ers, where we're going to be having our first regular season watch party in Steelers Talk history. It's going to be a great time. So make sure you join the family now if you haven't already. Click that subscribe button. What's that? Yeah, shout out to Elliptic 6 for joining Steelers Talk Gold Club today. Shout out to our MVP today, Mo Love, for just being awesome. Congrats on getting married, by the way. That's awesome. Oh, no way! At the last seconds, Damian Roy, let's go! Dance fever coming your way. We're not done just yet, Steelers Nation. Let's go! And I'll say this right now. We're $50 away from a beer boot for Jeremy Chuggs. Yeah, $45. Okay, so we're $45 away from a beer boot from Jeremy Chuggs. Make this guy pay for what he said about Kenny Pickett today. And then also Chase Sr. is going to be doing another beer bat for you if you put in $45. But first, we've got Jeremy Chuggs coming up here doing the running man dance on one foot.
Well, I can't do that.
Yeah, he can't do that. But he needs to yell Kenny Pickett. What was the thing? Was Kenny Pickett It's not going to be in there.
Oh, it's up here.
What was it, Damian? What was the thing you wanted him to say? It's like Kenny Pickett all day or something like that. Kenny Pickett is the man. 30 seconds, all right, on the clock. You got to do it for 30 seconds straight. All right, you ready, Steelers Nation? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Kenny Pickett's the man. Pickett's the man. Kenny Pickett is the man. Kenny Pickett is the man. Kenny Pickett's the man.
Keep going.
Is the man. Kenny Pickett is the man.
Keep going.
Kenny Pickett.
Keep going. Yes, sir. Keep going. Time. There we go. Time. Oh, give it up for Jeremy Chuggs, man. Give it up. Oh, Brian Lowe with a 20-piece. We're just $35 away from a boot chug from Chuggs. Let's go. And Brian Love says, what did the tortilla say to Chuggs? Slap. Yes. Let's go, Brian.
Are you sure he wants it to be me who gets slapped?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we got to get a new tortilla for Mr. Brian Love. And I'll tell you this right now, man. $25 away from $500 in Super Chats today. And Jeremy Chuggs is going to have to drink a boot for saying that Brock Purdy is better than Kenny Pickett. Which is 3 beers, by the way. It's a full-sized boot. All right, 3 beers worth, and he has to chug it. So one more $25 Super Chat will get that done. And it's going to be another slap if it's a 25. Okay, so I'm going to put the clock back on here. Going to give you guys another 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get $25. That's it. And Jeremy is chugging a boot. All right, so we got this slap for Mr. Brian Love. I'm going to go this side because I've been peppering that side. Ready? There we go. This one is for Brian Love.
Oh.
Are you good?
Yeah. I got some in my eye.
Let's go. I got him in the eye a little bit, but that's okay. Let's go. Keep them coming. $25 in 2 minutes. Clock is ticking. $25 is all it's going to take. And we got a boot chug coming. We got another slap coming. I'm not ready for this show to be over. I'm not ready. Let's get it done. And by the way, Damian might be getting close. Is he getting close? He might be a little bit of ways. Okay. So Damian, you're still $65 away from Steelers Talk Gold Club, just so you know. If you want to get us over the top and get 3 free raffle tickets for that Joey Porter Jr. jersey giveaway. And we're $25 away from a boot. Okay, so right now we got the clock going. 1 minute. We have to get to $25 in a minute here, or we're going to end today's show. So that's the situation right now. Who is going to get us over the top to 500? Who is it going to be? Who's going to make this place go absolutely crazy? Oh, my goodness. Will it be Mo Love? All right. Elliptic 6. Ah, we got there. We got there, people. Elliptic 6 with a $5. It says, come on, Damian. Woo! And then we also got a 25 from Mo Love. Let's go. Get those boots ready. So we got Chase Sr. Oh, my gosh, my voice is absolutely gone. We got Chase Sr. doing a beer boot. Or doing a beer bat. And then we got Jeremy Chuggs, that man over there, doing a beer boot. And I get to slap him again. It's a good day on Steelers Talk, man. Thank you guys so much for making this a special day. Get those boots ready. And Damian, he says, I'm out. Damian, thank you so much for your support, my dude. You've been awesome today. I'll see you guys next week. And Daft Cannon, I'm going to make it a great slap. For $25, you get that extra little oomph. You get that little extra oomph. Man, Mo Love. What a day from Mo freaking Love showing up big. All right, so are we getting that? Is someone getting that boot ready? Okay, so Jeremy's going to get that boot ready right now. And man, we got a boot coming. We got a beer bat coming. Jeremy, do you think you could beat Senior in a boot race versus a bat? Oh my gosh, we're getting that. Okay, we're going to be doing this a race. Okay, so Chase Senior, the 49ers host, is going to be doing a bat. Then Chuggs is going to be doing a boot, which is double the size of a bat. And they're going to race right here for you on Steelers Talk. Man, only on Steelers Talk, man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Type real one down in the chat if you've made it to this point. There's 50 real ones in the chat still watching the show. If you are a real one, let me know. I'm going to give you a shout out here on Steelers Talk Live. We got Damian Roy. We got Mo Love. We got Psycho. We got Cassie Voth. We got Daft Cannon. We got Elliptic 6. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the real ones. Keep them coming. I want to see who the real ones are right now. If you're just tuning in, we're about to do a boot race here on Steelers Talk here. We got a big glass boot. Fill it up with beer. They're going to be racing them. All right, so we got 49ers host, Chase and Eagles host, Philadelphia native, Chase Senior here. Says Brock Purdy's better than Kenny Pickett. So guess what that means? He's drinking here on Steelers Talk.
All I saw was 7-0.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
7-0.
fair enough, man. Fair enough.
We'll see week 1.
We'll see week 1. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, you're doing the boot now.
Yeah, he says he can beat you. Okay, let's see. All right, so Jeremy thinks, look at this boot. This is double the amount of liquid as that bat, and Jeremy thinks that he can beat Chase Senior in a race. Let's see what happens here. All right. Let's go. On the flag. On your marks. Get set. Go. Come on, Jeremy. Beat him. Oh, no way. No. Oh, so close.
That was close.
Dude, Jeremy almost did it.
That was close.
Oh, my gosh. Chase Senior is the winner. Great job, Jeremy. Holy shit. That went down fast. My home. Woo! Oh, Jeremy, unfortunately, could not get the dub there at the end. Jeremy, how'd that taste? Better than the slaps? That is definitely true. All right, man. So I'm telling you, we're going to do this one last time. 1 minute. Yeah, okay, yeah. We've had a great day. We've had a great day. Over $500, guys. Make sure you click that subscribe button. From me and Jeremy Chuggs, thanks for making this such a memorable show of Steelers Talk Live. I will see you guys later. And as always, here we go, Steelers.